You buy iPad for your children, you buy tablet for them, but never let them know that it's theirs. Let them know this is my tablet and I can take it back anytime.
I can take it back at any
time.
That
ownership, never give it to them. When you give them that ownership, they'll be like, when you are taking it from them, it's mine. It's mine. No, as parents, please, let's all check ourselves. How much is too much? You know yourself as a parent that as soon as your children wakes up from bed, they are brushing. In fact, some will know. My children, I make sure they don't just have access to my remote. For what? They are on the TV. They can't even go without asking mommy for my permission. It's not like I'm being mean, but you are trying to let them know that you don't
has control, who has ownership. You need to put your homes in order. A child comes and holds the remote hostage. Your own child that you woke up one day and bathed.
No. Aside that, Rachel, what is this screen time doing to them? This screen time, is it like you said earlier, it doesn't even give them the room to be creative. They are just there in front of the screen like 247, living someone else's life.
In fact, when you put them amongst their colleagues, they have nothing to share or talk about. There is nothing.
They are not being creative.
And then you're raising a small generation of keyboard warriors that will go behind and start typing silly, sarcastic comments because that's the only way that they can communicate.
There's this game,
but they can't hold a conversation.
Yeah, they can't because there's no social relationship. They'll go outside. They'll be there looking for tablets to play with. What happened in the UK then? They say there's this challenge, they call it ligature challenge or link. I don't know. They were tying rope on their neck, this TikTok challenge. They were tying this tiny rope. And this boy tied that rope on his neck. And the parents were not even there too. It was so tight. And the boy went into a coma. For 6 months, the boy was there. At the end of the day, they had to let the boy go. Like they had to release the boy. Because of one nonsense challenge. And you parents were there, you are saying because I work remotely, because you are busy, forming the busy mom, and you leave these children to be exposed on things on internet.
Hello. Welcome to
Conversation in the Car
with
Rachel and Tebby.
It's a beautiful day. What color is this? This is doing my head. I don't understand it.
Why would you be asking me color? Who told you I learned color when I was in nursery? We can call it it's not mint green. It's not green. It's green. No, grass green. Lemon green.
Okay. Lemon green.
Have you had grass green?
So what color would the grass be if it's not green?
The land is green.
It's
green. I don't know. Please, if you know what kind of green it is, put it in the comment section, please. It can be army green.
No, this is not army green. It is many things, but not army green.
Yes.
We will agree to disagree on that one.
Okay, thank God we are talking about parenting today. We'll ask our children when we get home because those children, they have all those colors in their head. Yeah. So at times I'll be saying to my children, Mom, that's not correct. I'll be like, okay, what is this?
What is
what is it?
So today, another beautiful day to be alive and to discuss about parenting.
What a beautiful duty that is bestowed on us from God.
God saw us fit to be parents.
Yes, and those that are seeking to be a parent, may their prayers be answered.
That is a miracle waiting to happen.
And as a mom, can we say at times it could be overwhelming and you are looking for someone to represent you in your duty?
So you leave it to the screen.
You leave it to the screen. So that person will not disturb your life.
Sometimes you're too overwhelmed that any small time you can get, you will utilize it.
It's because those, when we were in Africa, Rachel, the way we grew up in Africa, in the morning you are out playing with your friends. Maybe at lunch you come back and eat and go back again. But these children, they can't go out to play.
But play with who?
They are in our faces.
And then again, also the environment that we are in. By the way, we've even not talked about what we are discussing.
The topic for today is about how screen, the effect of
Screen time.
on our children, on the kids, on the children, how it affects them
So
positively and negatively.
and negatively. So going back to what we were saying, back home, it was okay because the environment, it's like it takes a village to raise a child. So back home, everyone will literally look after you.
A village raises the children in Africa.
Yes.
But you are
But
the
here,
one.
have you gone to your neighbor to say, can you look after my child? Under what context?
Does that your neighbor even want to see children, or they love their dogs more than children?
Yes. Is it even the neighbor whereby your children will start crying
And they will knock on the door like that, your neighbor.
Yeah, and they will knock on your door. Or they will actually write to you a letter. Some people write letters.
Rachel, do we say the world we live in now is now getting more complicated?
Or is it the high child minder costs? Even when you delay to pick your child from school, they will give you a fine or they will warn you. So it's
that's face-to-face interaction. You now leave it to the screen to
because first of all, you're from work, you're tired, you're home, then kids here, mommy.
I said they are on your faces like this.
So when you buy them the iPad, it's for them to just concentrate.
Yeah, and you're happy because you are in your own space. You too, you said something the other time that you are able to be on your social media. You are scrolling. Your children too will be scrolling. Of
they
course.
will be scrolling their life
I saw
away.
an advert, babe. The parent want the son to be reading. They want to cultivate a culture of reading in that home. So they had to carry their own newspaper too, or whatever book they are carrying. But their phone, the dad now put the phone between those books. So the child was happy that at least my parent, the mom too put her phone between that book. She's scrolling, but they are deceiving the boy to read
his own book.
What is that trait or character or thing you are doing that your children are looking at? You too, you are there on Netflix 247. You now said you want your children to stop watching screen.
So what example are you giving?
And this screen is just killing that face-to-face
interactions. There is no relationship.
No relationship, Rachel.
There is no communication. It will deter development. A child just becomes stunted because all they see, there is no, how do you call this? Like,
they are being dysregulated because of
but then also their ability to try out new things.
Yes,
explore, use their imagination,
use their brain. When they tell us in Africa that use your brain, but they are there watching someone's life. You see, at times they will even watch those cartoons and they will be talking like that. Thing.
They used to say that some kids now talk like Peppa Pig. Like kids are speaking like Peppa Pig. American kids are speaking like Peppa Pig in the UK because it has like a British accent.
They are there on the screen watching what is not. Now they now make it a thing whereby they were scrolling and you don't even know what they dabble into. They are there scrolling.
And they know how to flip,
Have you seen a 3-month-old baby flipping the phone as if... Have you seen that advert? Is it an advert or like a content whereby the woman gave birth like this? The baby pops out and was holding the laptop already.
No.
And the doctors, everybody was running away from the labor ward.
No,
because the baby came out with what's it called? Tablets. What world are we living in?
But I think it also starts with us as parents.
I remember during our days, Rachel, before they will call them NTA in Africa, National Television Authority. Before they open at 5 o'clock.
It used to be 6, I think.
Yes, and you are there waiting.
And you wait for that, like, that screen that used to have very many colors.
Yes.
And then they would sing the national anthem.
Yeah, they do that in your country.
Yes. Then the program will start with that. Yes. And my father used to refuse me from watching TV So we spoke about narcissistic African parents. So you will be like, what did you do today to be on the TV? I think there was a time I repeated
That you need to
primary
earn
4
it.
and I did not.
Watch TV all through.
In fact, when my first salary, do you know what I used my first salary for? I went and bought myself a TV. And that night, I flipped through all the channels.
Rachel, that is why you see the way the children throw tantrum now.
No, they easily get things. They easily have
They are
access
so
to things.
attached to that screen.
And entitlement, there is like, I do deserve this. Like, you deserve a phone. Why?
I saw something.
Why do you feel like you're entitled to a phone?
I saw something on the social media. The guy said, you buy iPad for your children, you buy tablet for them, but never let them know that it's theirs. Let them know this is my tablet and I can take it back anytime.
I can take it back at any
that
time.
ownership, never give it to them. When you give them that ownership, they'll be like, when you are taking it from them, it's mine. Let them know this tablet, my son has because I didn't use that phone again, so I gave him that phone. So at times I'll just give him my phone. Be like, mommy, but I'll say, no, who gave it to you? It's still my phone.
It is.
Give me my phone.
Let me tell you what happened. When I was at university, at that time, when you live in a hostel, I found people had screens in their rooms, and I remember my mom had a small TV that she was keeping away in the garage. So she had another one in the living room and another one in her bedroom. So I went up to her and I was like, Mommy, can I have a TV? She said, when you start working and getting your own money, you can buy your own TV. I used to.
I know.
So there was,
No, Rachel.
I was never handed.
It says, how much is too much? It is too much with those
When
kids now.
you say that this is too much.
No, as parents, please, let's all check ourselves. How much is too much? You know yourself as a parent that as soon as your children wakes up from bed, they are brushing. In fact, some will know. My children, I make sure they don't just have access to my remote. For what? They are owning the TV. They can't even go without asking mommy for my permission. It's not like I'm being mean, but you are trying to let them know that you don't
has control, who has ownership. You need to put your homes in order. A child comes and holds the remote hostage. Your own child that you woke up one day and bathed.
No. Aside that, Rachel, what is this screen time doing to them? This screen time, is it like you said earlier, it doesn't even give them the room to be creative. They are just there in front of the screen like 247, living someone else's life.
In fact, when you put them amongst their colleagues, they have nothing to share or talk about. There is nothing.
They are not being creative.
And then you're raising a small generation of keyboard warriors that will go behind and start typing silly, sarcastic comments because that's the only way that they can communicate.
There's this game.
But they can't hold a conversation.
Yeah. They can't. Because there's no social relationship. They'll go outside, they'll be there looking for tablets to play with. They are on when we're traveling, most of the children there, they were on their tablets. I'm like, I told my children, is the time to gist? If you want, let's talk together as mom and as daughter, as a son. But you are there on the table. Even you are there. Your son is talking to you. But now, this is us. Let's talk together. Let's talk about school. Let's talk about what you want to become in the future. Let's talk about future. Let's talk about even food that we are cooking.
What did you eat?
Let's form relationship. Let it be one-to-one. Not that the mom is on the tablet. You as parents, what exactly are you portraying? What kind of parenting is that? You are on the tablet typing something. Definitely your son is there on the screen.
Because they're trying to push them out.
Well, have you seen children in parties where their tablet, they are there at a corner just...
It's like a drug,
It's addiction.
It's
what
like
do you expect? No, this is what addiction does to, just like a robot.
Before you know it.
Just like a robot. You see that their hand... My children, they don't touch my phone. No. I don't know about you. My children... Mommy's phone. My children, you see some mom, when I see... their children holding their phone and doing
they will even grab it from them.
I saw
and they will throw a tantrum if you don't give it to them.
I saw a lady yesterday. I was at all this. I was shopping. My children, we shop together. if you are putting this here, are we buying that? No, we are not buying that. That's the boy was on the phone like this. And it was like Daiwi's age, like 11. He was on the phone. The mom was doing all the shopping. She was on the till, putting everything. This same child. I said, no. What kind of parenting is this? This is so wrong.
It is so wrong.
What kind of children are we raising? What are we raising?
Generation are you living
Are
behind?
we raising robots? Are we raising robot? Robot is, you are programming that robot to do this and is there doing it. This is what this screen time does to them. Is it even good for them mentally? There's this lady, she's one of the richest YouTubers now. She's there, she has having 160 million. I don't want to call name. She's there, just taking to the A, B, C, and the children, they are there and listening to whatever she's saying. Seriously. Ways that at times it's just even skin to skin. Like, yes, your daughter is talking to you, she's holding you like this. We are talking together. But where that one is on screen, you two, you are on your laptop. You are on your... What COVID has done? COVID has really damaged a lot of relationships. Because that COVID, because we are stuck together and we are all in our self spaces. So you just want like your me time.
Yeah, you just want to get away onto lose yourself into something else.
The detrimental effects on these children, the social and emotional effects, it even drains them. Do you know that something happened recently on social media? Every parents were talking about this game on social media. They call this game Roblox. In fact, my children too, they have an account, Roblox. There is just like a game whereby you see people shooting at each other, or they form a kind of life, how a life should be. So this white lady was now saying it on that this thing, like, can you see the game? These children, okay, let's say we blacks, I'm sorry to have used that word, we could be extremists like African mom and all that. But she is a white lady. She's saying, is this what we expose our children to? Whereby they are shooting at themselves, they kidnap a lady, they put her in a dungeon. That is what the game is about. They will like form a kind of wicked life, that life is mean. They kidnap the beautiful lady, they put her in a dungeon, and some of them were stabbing her. Is this what we expose our children to? Funny enough, and this game has another aspect whereby you can play with any random person online. And this is where, in America, they say this is where pedophiles now stays, now exchanging information. In fact, whereby they say there was a guy exchanging information whereby they will tell the children to get their parents' card, getting their address online. They are speaking to strangers. At the end of the day, those children are just there losing up to strangers. So I now showed my children the video of all this what is happening on, because my children has an account. My children were the one that deleted, for children to have deleted, because there is a time that my son will be like, Mommy, can I just spend 1 hour on Roblox? I will be like, okay, have you heard it? You've done your chores? It will say yes. I'll say, okay, 1 hour. Which I knew his friends then. But you are sitting down there in the living room, your son is there. It's as if you left your son outside on the street. Is your son we are talking about is underage, or you left him on the street of social media. Is there. He can meet anybody random. Don't say because it's virtual. Because it's virtual is even more evil. Something happened in Africa recently. There's this 2 boys in Nigeria, because it's just something that is still new. They were chatting, they call it social media scam or so. They were chatting with that. They portrayed themselves as a beautiful girl. Pictures, the beautiful ladies. The pictures they posted on their social media page is just about this beautiful girl. And this American boy saw these beautiful pictures, and they were now chatting up and all that. These 2 boys that were behind this page now said, where they got talking, whereby this guy now sent all his pictures where he was vulnerable. At the end of the day, these Nigerian boys that are scammers now started requesting for money because of they have access to all those pictures and videos. They now told him that if you don't give us this money, we are going to release all these your pictures and information on the internet. The boy was now begging them. The boy said, I only have $300. They said they collected the $600 via PayPal. The next thing, they requested for $1,000. The boy said, I don't have $1,000. They said, okay, they started threatening the boy online. As they were threatening this boy online, the boy now said, yes, if you really want to release my pictures, if this is what you are doing, I'll kill myself. Immediately, they now said, do it quick. Babe, that boy took a gun and shot himself on the head. You know what? The lady that was analyzing this situation said, this communication started within 6 hours of when the boy took his life. How they met online, exchanging photos and everything.
Within a span of 6 hours.
Within the span of 6 hours.
So within 6 hours, the boy had fallen in love with the girl and started sending nude. That fast.
You know this generation. Within the span of 6 hours.
It's like from morning till midday.
This boy took his life. When he did that, it was when they were investigating, they saw the phone and they now saw the chat that he was talking to some boys in Nigeria. And it's a thing now. I'll send the video to you. He was talking to a boys in Nigeria. They traced those boys. They repatriated those boys to America. They said it's not Nigeria.
Really?
Yes. They are being jailed now in America. Rachel, check it. It's on Deola Fire. They repatriated them. They took them because they worked with Nigerian FBI and everything. They repatriated them.
So they got visa to go to the US.
Yes, when it comes to this, they are going to prison.
To jail.
And people were like, even, people were making comments on Deola Fire's page that it's American prison. Deola said, have you seen prison? There are some prison that when you get there, you will learn. Especially these ones that they knew what they do. It's not those kind of prison that we watch in American film. You know Prison Break now. You see, there are different kinds of level of prison. So what
but
are we
those
talking?
were also children.
If it's an adult, maybe an adult would have even been able to mitigate that risk. Like, oh, this person I'm talking to, why would you request for this? Why would you say I should kill myself? The boy didn't even think of it. Boo was what they had. But they now said, okay, they were investigating. Why would this guy is a happy child, beautiful, he's doing well in school and all that. They checked his phone and they saw all the communication. What are we exposing our children to online? Screen time. I've sat with a child.
How manage
it? I've sat with a child. Was watching, when you watch short videos, Rachel, have you scrolled through short videos? Some things will just pop in your face and that thing would dysregulate you throughout the day.
Will destroy your childhood for the rest of your life.
You are there being like, oh, what did I just watch? And I was sitting beside this child.
Those short reels.
I was sitting beside this child and he was scrolling. And I saw this man was flushing. I don't know, all this video effects. Removed his head on his neck and flushing his head. And I kept telling that little boy, he's just like under 10. What are you learning from what you are watching?
What is it that you're learning? What are you picking from it? How is it helping your life?
These are the dangerous things we expose our children to. We say because we need our me time. You are exposing. Do you know that I now see that in World Health Organization, what they recommend for children is just an hour per day.
If you have nothing for those children to do, just throw rice on the floor. Let them pick it one by one.
Yeah, they will be able to even now think of arranging the rice.
Yes.
Like, okay, they can even
count the rice.
When we were growing in Africa, we can put sound together to mold out. We use this milk container. We use it to make cars.
Or do dolls from...
my children, do you know the card they play? My children play some card, but me, I give it back to them. They'll say, I'm bored. When they say I'm bored, I'll say it's good to be bored. You are bored. Wow. It shows you are growing. When you are bored, you will use it to reflect and think of your life.
Find something useful to do with your life.
When they say I'm bored, I'll say it's a good thing. When you are bored, it shows one, we are human. Secondly, you'll be able to think about your life. You need to think. When you are bored, I love them when they say they are bored. So all of a sudden, I'll just see either they will go for a nap, which a nap is a good thing, or maybe they will take that book and start reading, or just playing with themselves. Rachel, you will now see them making friends. Have you seen a sibling in the house? Maybe all day
And
they've
they
not
are
even
like
spoken
strangers.
because they are making screens. They are friend. Leave them. Let them socialize. Let
them fight.
let them fight. You take your children to a party and they are there watching that screen. They are not even socializing with other people's children. What is it with this screen? This thing is demonic. No, seriously.
I think it's a portal for like spirits.
It's easy to say,
like evil
okay, yeah. It's easy. Okay, you want serenity in this house. You want everywhere to be quiet and all that. Go on your screen. And all of a sudden, everywhere is...
There was someone who used to say, in fact, when they're bored, just let them start praying. Let them pray in spirit.
exposing your children.
Hey.
It's as well just telling them to go on that street and be walking around. And they are calling police to look for their mom. Because you've left them with strangers.
Just a top tip, throw rice on the floor, let them pick it up and count it.
I've seen someone use rice. Have you seen artwork?
Yeah!
Use the rice one. So that is where they will be with that rice. They will be able to think. Or you tell them to even go and fold their clothes. Tidy your room. Make them productive. Instead of screen is killing our children. It's affecting their mental health. It's affecting their psychological thinking.
Their emotional well-being.
Because some of them will even be depressed because of what they watch on the internet. One day we were watching something on... Because I don't let my children watch what I watch. So that day Favor was just passing by and she saw something on the screen. The way she ran, you know. So these things are at times what they see depresses them, but they won't even say a word.
And they will just hold it back and they will feel
at times they will be giving it to you. They will be saying those words. You'll be like, where did they learn it from? They are learning things online. They are learning it through all these screens. What they are watching, is it even healthy for them? Is it detrimental to their growth? Something happened in the UK then. They say there's this challenge. They call it ligature challenge or I don't know. They were tying rope on their neck. This TikTok challenge. They were tying this tiny rope. And you know this boy tied that rope on his neck. And the parents were not even there to. It was so tight. And the boy went into a coma. For 6 months, the boy was there. At the end of the day, they had to let the boy go. Like they had to release the boy. Because the parent had to sue UK government that they are releasing the boy from life support. But UK said they can't. There's nothing they can do. They have to let the boy go. Because of one nonsense challenge. And you parents, you were there. You are saying, because I work remotely. Because you are busy. Forming the busy mom. And you leave these children to be exposed on things on internet.
God will help us.
As parents. Rachel, no. It's not just God will help us. Let's do more.
We were talking about the recommended time. He said that, is it for a 2-year-old? There should be no screen time. No screen time. No screen time.
For 1
what
to
are
0.
they learning? What exactly are they learning?
It says World Health Organization.
All these children need.
I printed it out so you can read it out.
All that these children need is for someone to engage with them, to talk to them. At that stage in their life.
It says babies under 2. The World Health Organization recommends no screen time for babies under 2. Babies learn the most from human interaction. And video aiming at the young children don't improve their development.
I think that's why it even explains delayed speech.
Yes. Because... yes, Rachel.
Because the child is seeing ta 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 here, he's looking at
but what happens to a child
tomorrow,
that is saying dada? Because you are there as the parent, you are saying daddy. The parent is saying dada. He's saying mommy.
But here he's looking at Peppa Pig. He's looking at I don't know Cocomelon. He's looking at I don't know whatever track that is called.
Rachel, have you thought of it?
At 2 years, the child.
Rachel, have you thought of it that why are those kids entertainer the most richest on YouTube now? Have you seen views? Have you seen Miss Rachel's
millions,
view?
Yeah.
Have you seen Cocomelon's views? Have you seen, because you let the screen take a place of a mother that you are. You let the screen do the duty of a mom for you. Have you seen those views? You wake up in the morning as you are giving that child, that one, you are feeding your child, a baby, and that one is there. On the side. Is there. Seriously? We need to do better. I don't know why I'm so passionate about this topic. Maybe because we are both mom. And we are all guilty of it. But now, I'm really working on it.
Strains, because for me now, I tell them, no, turn off the phones.
Me? I've
and also, like in the morning, like during the holidays, I was telling that you cannot be on the screen until after you've had your lunch. This habit of waking up in the morning and the first thing you do,
babe,
is being on the screen.
Babe, throughout that 6 weeks.
Find something useful to do with your life.
Throughout that 6 weeks, we wrote a whole lot of to-do lists. In fact, so before they could even get to the screen time, was even bedtime. I enjoyed that because we do the to-do list, so they know that they need to earn it. So by the time they get to, they are getting to
and
maybe number 6.
I put my child
in 7:30.
I put my daughter in class.
Yeah.
So in fact, she was waking up at 8. So she goes to bed early. She has to wake up early for a lesson. I like that teacher. He put the lesson at 8.
Yes. So that she needs to
to prepare her mind mentally that she's going to be studying. Yeah. So by the time she finishes her lesson, she's having her breakfast and then doing other things in that day. There is homework to do in holiday.
We need to do better. I'm so passionate about this thing because I see moms a lot. You see, babe, you see that 3-month-old baby. And 247.
The fact that the children feel that it is okay to throw a tantrum because you've refused to give them a gadget.
They are giving you
attitude, and you're okay with it.
It says children age 2 to 5 recommends no more than 1 hour of screen per day for children under 2 to 5. Children, age 2 to 5. It says 5 to 17 recommends no screen more than 2 hours.
2 hours.
We need to do better as parents. This screen is taking the love, is taking the, to be a mom. It is
replacing your role as a parent, not even as a father. What did mothers do?
What I be, my dear, I'm just carried away. Because this thing, I'm so passionate about it. When I see, I almost wanted to go and meet that boy's mom. Because she's like a sister like me. I wanted to say, babe, did you see your son? Can you just put the phone down and help your mom? Like, seriously. I believe it's even disrespectful.
I don't like that answer. We can do better.
Yes, please.
We can do better.
As parents, please. These children, I said something. We are raising. Let's be conscious of it that we are raising human here. That flesh and blood.
We are raising a generation.
What do you want them to become?
Robotic.
AI.
Unable to form meaningful relationships. Hold conversation.
Socialize.
Be able to show any kind of emotional intelligence.
Rachel, have you seen those at times? You say, when they say hi auntie, they are just they are just looking at something else. They are being distracted.
But it causes so much distraction. Ever had a child, because you cannot concentrate on one thing, you're moving from one, your concentration levels are so low because of.
Have you sent a child to go and bring cup and he went to go and bring clothes?
You're telling me.
Because just call them immediately while they are on the screen. Go and bring me my phone. And they are there bringing bag of rice for you. So at times I'll tell them, focus. I will say, I can be dramatic.
And what causes that?
Is just this distractions. Our children, they are slipping away because of this screen, what they are watching on screen.
Because your mind cannot contain up to a certain level. You're just scrolling from one bit to the other bit to the other bit.
You think that your son is innocent?
No.
There. That thing you never said they've known everything online. Like the online space has taught them everything.
In fact, for Jeremiah, I'm just even going to completely cut it off.
No, I later, I told you something as we are trying to discuss this thing. Me too, I'm learning, and I thank God I was able to
Because
do
you
it
can
in my
even
own.
see, you can even see that there is that
Yeah.
delayed speech.
Yeah, delayed speech, and how they interact with people. You see children throwing tantrums unnecessarily, but give them that
They will
tablet.
calm down. It's like a drug. Anyway, until next time, guys. It's
Guys,
been
we can-
Rachel
yeah.
and Tebi on Conversations
On the
Couch.
couch. Please like, comment, and share.
Share and
Subscribe.
subscribe.
Yes, please.
Bye.